Cars of the 1940s and 1950s around the world were big and trimmed to the gills in chrome. While most looked like airplanes and were stunning to look at, they also cost a small fortune to run. Enter the Volkswagen Beetle. First introduced in 1938, the tiny people's car shot to prominence after World War II. It was basic, still managed to fit the family, and ran on the smell of an oily rag. It went on to sell nearly 22 million units over its lifetime. In 2016, this iconic car drove off into the sunset for the last time. After slow sales, the Beetle is no more in Australia, and the German auto giant marked this occasion with a special limited edition car, the Beetle Classic. It's back to basics, with no options, taking inspiration from the original Bug. So, to see just how much has changed over the decades, we put it up against my very own 1965 VW Beetle. The old Beetle was $1,700 new and powering it was a 1200cc engine. My car has been upgraded to 1600cc, which pushed out a minuscule 22 kilowatts of power and 70 Newton-meters of torque. The engine is located in the rear and relies on air to cool it, so no need for a radiator. Safety wasn't really a top priority in 1965 either, as the car didn't come with rear seatbelts, airbags or any of the clever safety features of today. Even a radio was an option. Everywhere you look, there's chrome. The bumpers, side body trim, mirrors, headlights surrounds, hubcaps, door handles, the list goes on. And you can't beat that unmistakable bonnet, which resembles the wings of the very insect its name derives from. There's only room for a few bags of groceries under the bonnet. Sounds weird, huh? As the spare wheel and fuel tank takes up the majority of the room. Although, a suitcase can fit behind the back seat. The vinyl low back seats are springy and you almost rub shoulders with your front seat passenger. In the back, it's a tight fit for any adult, but would be fine for children. So, how does it drive? Slow. Any speed over 90 km per hour, the engine starts to whine and it becomes loud. Although, it's happy to putt around town at low speed. It's a reminder that the Beetle was never famous for its power. There is no power steering, as most of the weight is on the back wheels, so the wheel is very light to turn. The 4-speed gearbox is synchronized and reverse is found by pressing down on the gear knob. The first gear ratio is that close, that taking off in second gear is recommended. Back then, the close gear ratios were good for towing, but with drum brakes all around, it's probably not a great idea.